level of force, that level of ruthlessness as a squad yet.
That's the difference between the top teams. They're just more ruthless. And if they're speaking plain honest, we've got a little bit to go to get to that level. We're good enough to beat any team, but we need to be able to do it consistently. We need to be able to do it against teams in the bottom half as well. Because when you're a team that competes at the top of the league, you need to be up for it every single game. And I think our problem has been just consistency every game.
Fabian always refuses to make an excuse of injuries, but you, of all people, know that it disrupts individual seasons, it disrupts the squad. I mean, how does the squad feel about that?
I think as a player, you can't really think about it. Of course, we've got natural compassion for anyone that's injured because you don't want to see your teammates getting injured. But I think we're more than good enough with the amount of good players we have to beat any team, regardless of who's injured. So I don't think it's right to make any excuses just because we've spent a lot of money in the summer, right? So we've got a good squad, we've got a big squad, and it's up to us to punish teams.
Matt, you talked about watching back. Do you do a lot of self-analysis after games?
Yeah, definitely. I'll always watch my clips and see what I can do better. And go through it as a team as well, see what we can do better, and just be sometimes brutally honest and see what we could have done better, as simple as that. And we have to do that after every game because then we need to know how to be better for the next game, regardless of if there's been mistakes or bad moments. It happens, but we need to see what we can do so we can be better going forward.
You obviously had a lot of experience and a lot of success at Southampton playing positions. You left Fulham, took the back into the third, so didn't really play in the Premier League. What have you made of it so far, that transition?
Yeah, obviously it's more competitive game in Scotland, right, naturally. Every single game poses a different challenge, I think. And for me, that's great as well. I really enjoy that because every single game you need to find different solutions to try and be a team. So we've often struggled against a low block this season, and I think today we created more than enough chances to win the game. So I think today wasn't an issue of breaking down a low block. It was more just a ruthless mindset to kind of kill the game early, and also not concede. So I've enjoyed being in the league, and I'm having a great time regardless, but I still want to do better with the team.
And in terms of your 6, 8, 10, what's your best one? What's the position you feel sort of gets the best out of it?
Probably most optimal as an 8, in my own opinion, just because I feel like I can help in both aspects of the game, whether we're building up, whether we're going forwards. And I'm lucky to be able to run a lot of goals, so that's just something I'm lucky with. And I'm someone that's going to complain if I'm playing 6, 8 or 10, and I just want to be on the pitch and have the team, and I think I can do that as a 10, as a 6, as an 8, but probably most optimal as an 8, in my opinion.
And then sort of going forward, if you look at, you mentioned the summer signings, you and Matt were part of that. And I guess at that stage, you sort of thought that you might be the midfield player, but it hasn't worked out that way. I guess mainly, or certainly a contributing factor, injuries for both of you. How do you feel about the situation going forward in the midfield and the competition?
Competition's always good. I'm very used to that, whether it be here, whether it be at Celtic. I think we had just as many midfielders at Celtic, and I think it brings the best out of you. You need to keep your level high every day in training as well. And like you said before, injuries happen as well, right? So everyone needs to be ready. And no, I enjoy it because I get to play against good players every day in training, and they just make you better. So I don't really think about who my competition is. I just think about how can I get better.
Just one more in the injuries. You got that one very early, didn't you? The Crawley one, which kept you out for quite a long time. To what extent did you feel like almost like you've been sort of playing catch up since then, trying to?
Yeah, that wasn't even the most frustrating one. The most frustrating was my knee recently after Ipswich, because I was trying to train with it, but there was just so much fluid in my knee every day to the point where it was 2 months of kind of just not playing anywhere near my best capacity. So I think that's more frustrating when you know you're trying to train but you can't really show your true self. The first injury I accepted was a long-term injury. I was able to come back pretty strong and pretty healthy, whereas that one was more niggly. So the fact I've been able to settle that down now, I'm grateful that I can get a bit more.
How do you see the sort of situation now for the rest of the season? Obviously, there's a lot of momentum going into the international break. That's kind of gone a bit with the recent results. How do you see the situation now, including your old club?
Yeah, I mean,
or your first club?
I mean, past is done, right? So we can't worry about any of that now. and just got to focus on what we do next, get better as a team, and so we can be right.
Thanks, Matt.